legends of giant animals in the North Woods, sacred legends secretly passed down for generations by indigenous tribal elders. They believe they should be left alone.
We decided to play the family card. And so what I did is I approached my daughter and talked to her while she was doing a lesson, and I kind of informed her. And she was doing a lesson with a gal that I know has been on Lake Minnetonka a lot, and I thought she may be able to be helpful to the whole situation and what we were doing.
So I'm having my horseback riding lesson with Maria and going really well. I was really excited. She taught me how to gallop.
You'd only been coming for like a week or so, and we were out riding, and my dad came up to us and was just like, you guys gotta come help us with this. There's something going on. And look at you, natural, like you've been doing it your whole life.
Maria, can you guys come over here a second?
Yeah.
So this summer, I've been working with some buddies. You guys know that we've been looking for something, and we kind of started out wanting to capture this really, really big, what we think is an alligator snapping turtle on Lake Minnetonka. Well, we got one guy, Troy, who's decided that he wants to kill it. He wants to find it, he wants to hunt it, he wants to kill it, and we have tried doing everything.
Everybody was kind of divided with it at first, and then they just pretty much were like, we just need to get it and get it somewhere safe where it's not gonna get hurt, not gonna hurt anybody. And Troy was just full blown like, screw that, we're killing it. It needs to go, get rid of it. Can't do that. You know, everything's kind of here for a reason, right? So if we don't know what it is and what it's gonna do or what it could do, you can't really get rid of it.
When we found him and confronted him,
He kind of described what had been happening out on Lake Minnetonka and what had been seen. And I thought, you know what, I want to get involved with this. My business is on Lake Minnetonka, boat detailing, so I'm out there 4 or 5 times a week.
And I basically ended up telling them what had gone on, because we haven't told anybody anything about this. And basically went through and explained, hey, this is what's happened. This is what we think is the right thing to do. This is what Troy's gonna do.
you know his son, don't you?
Yeah, Ashton, yeah, yep.
Okay. I wonder if you could approach Ashton and talk to him about it and tell him what's going on and see if you could get him to talk to his dad. Maybe that would like get him to crack.
Yeah.
Could you guys like,
Yep.
maybe like really soon like rocket over there and
Yeah,
like
for sure.
talk to him?
We just
and
gotta
see?
put the horses
We're
away.
getting down to the wire now. I mean, like seriously, Troy is like working on this every day.
So we basically were like, all right, let's go talk to him and see if we can help with the whole Troy situation. You did so good.
Hey, it helps to have a good teacher. I'm
Like,
enjoying it. I'm coming back.
Natural.
Hey, Ashton. Hello. How's it going?
He was our only option. He was the only one that we knew would be able to talk him into not killing this thing.
Yeah.
And your dad wants to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, that's
And
what I heard.
that's not how we want to handle this. We need your help kind of persuading him. If you could do us a favor.
It's not okay for people to go out there and think they can destroy something or kill anything. Like, just leave it alone.
I can definitely try and push him over to your
Thank
guys'
you.
side.
We'd really appreciate it. Just not, can't happen this way.
No, absolutely
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
See ya.
And after that, we finally just threw up our hands and said, you know what? We're gonna try to do what we would do anyways and forget about Troy. Let him do what he's doing. We'll just see who gets through this first. Great Dane, what's going on, man?
Doing all right. How are you?
You just get done with work?
Yeah. Just called you and thought I'd come out and see. And I've been thinking about Troy, and it's bugging me. I know he's been baiting. I know he's putting stations out here, and I just don't want to have that on us, and I don't want it on him either. He's a good guy. So I think we need to find what he's doing, find the stations that he seems to have put around here somewhere.
Go looking for his bait stations?
We're gonna find them and solve a problem. Let's
Like
take
solve
care
it by
of it.
how?
Destroy it. Fix it. Make them go away.
So you think you know, you think you know where we can find?
I think they're out, well, you know, the first sighting was down the hill.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that they're out here, right? It's
Yeah.
out here. So I think if we just do a little circumference perimeter search, as much as he's been talking about it, I'm sure we'll find something.
Right on, man. You lead the way, man. I'll follow you.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. I think it's that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think it's down by the water. I mean, it's, or at least that would be the other side, right, of where we initially saw it. And if I know Troy, he knows where these things are moving. He's got it figured out.
He's smart.
Yeah. And I can see he's been down here. Tracks.
There's
Oh.
spray paint on the right.
So he can see it from the air. I got it. I know what he's doing now.
Number 3, bait station. Number 3.
Well, this seems
And
like
there's his bait. I mean, this is like
It's
the
a perfect
classic place,
spot, right?
Yeah, that you would like. I mean, you got to hand it to him, man. Wow.
This is where it would come if it was gonna. Yeah. What do you think?
He's got a
He's got a
trail
camera on
cam.
it. He's got a camera on it. Oh, well, we've been on camera. What do you think?
Let's give him a special Pete and Dane show.
Should we give him the salute?
Yes, we should give them the salute. Come on, man. You ready?
Yeah.
Give Troy a little surprise. Yeah, this is going to be the best trail cam photo he's ever got.
So much for that.
Man. I think we should do something with this canoe too.
What are you thinking?
Say goodbye. Troy got a good picture of the one-eyed Mikinaak today.
Hey Ashy, what you doing?
Just looking at pictures from Africa and just Barry.
We going for dinner.
I'm really good with anything at this point. Maria and her friend Amanda came over.
Maria who?
Oh, Pete's daughter.
Okay.
I heard about the whole Mikinaak.
What'd they say?
They just really just brought up that they weren't really about it and they didn't really like it very much, and they just thought they wanted it to live. And I just know Barry, just whenever they saw an animal that was killed without any defense whatsoever, he was pretty angry about it. And so
a year ago I lost a very close friend of mine. His name is Barry Stiles. He's one of the best hunters I've ever been around. Barry Stiles was a professional hunter in Africa. Taught me a horrendous amount of hunting. But Barry was always a conservationist as well. My son thought the world of Barry, and a while ago, Ash and I had this discussion. What would Barry do?
would Barry want you to kill this animal?
Hey, that's a tough one, Ash. I think about what Barry would do, because I mean, he taught me how to do a lot of hunting and how to do a lot of that stuff. We're not dealing with any normal circumstances, because I presume they didn't tell you much about it.
Not really, no.
You know, this isn't a little turtle. This thing is monstrous. 6-7 feet long, 2,000 to 3,000 pounds. I understand their concerns. I understand your concerns. I mean, it's something I think about. Even I think what Barry would say, because Barry did not like that type of stuff. I mean, Pete's a great guy, and Dane, they seem like really good guys, but I just don't know if they know how to hunt something like this down or how to deal with it. And that was my biggest concern that I've laid since day one.
It just doesn't seem right.
I know I'm getting very close to the end on this. I mean, I know where he is. I know what he's doing now. But I appreciate and I do take concern what you have to say. You're right. What would Barry do?
Yeah.
I mean, it means a lot to me. What is that?
Save Mikinaak shirt?
Great. So this is how they're going at me.
I guess so.
I'll be honest, I was a little shocked when my son actually approached me, because I kept this thing pretty quiet with my family. The only person who really knew that I was doing was Bob, and it really kind of caught me off guard that they would use my son kind of against me. So obviously they must have knew I was getting close. When you're desperate, you do a lot of desperate things.
So I just had this idea that maybe we need to go further down, and because there's kind of an opening all of a sudden that opened up in the floating bog, there's like a channel. And it's just weird, it's like this 6-foot channel just straight across this floating bog. Something divided it. And I thought, well, let's go where that ends and put up a trail cam there. And I figured, let's do it at night. Who knows, maybe because they're nocturnal, maybe we'll run into it,
So I get a call from Elroy when he says, I need your help back in the woods. I want to go, I'm doing some night stuff. I need some help with some motion cameras and things like that. And I'm like, what the heck, let's go out and do it.
Elroy! Elroy! Down here. You all right?
We're traipsing around in near total darkness. Elroy goes to that exact point where he thinks that channel is leading to on the other side of the lake. And all of a sudden I see him stop in his tracks, and he's like, oh my God, what's that?
On that tree there, is that a...
What in the hell?
Is that like a dead deer? That's like a deer.
It's a deer.
Like a dead deer or something. Yeah, it's a deer. Yeah, look at. That's right where the channel is.
What in the...
Well, there's some bait for it.
How would that get there?
That's a good question.
Deer come down here, obviously there's a trail. Deer come down here to get water. It gets grabbed by the head, pulled in, and then it gets hung up on that tree, and it can't pull it away and take away with it, so gotta be interesting to see the tail end of that thing and see.
Wonder if it's been partially eaten.
I think you found one of his kills.
Maybe. So maybe Troy's right and it's eating big things.
It was one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. We're in the dark, we're using lights, and there's this dead animal laying out there. And so obviously Elroy turns around, he's like, you know that this is where we're gonna put the trail cam, right? And get a nice clear view.
Yeah.
Towards that. I think I got a good...
Oh, sure, there you go.
Right there. Oh yeah, there's the... We turn around and we're getting the trail cam all set up. And then all of a sudden behind us, all hell breaks loose. It scared the living daylights out of me.
What the hell is that? What was that?
Dude, it's gone.
Holy crap. Deer's totally gone.
Unbelievable, man. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. I could see where it was underwater, moving right there.
Yeah.
We gotta keep this quiet. We cannot tell Troy about this because this is gonna just it'd be like putting gas on a fire. what else could take a deer and pull it off of a fallen tree into the water like that? Give Troy a little surprise. Yeah, this is gonna be the best trail cam photo he's ever got. Oh. Dana, who's a pretty ingenious guy, came up with this idea. He did some research and he figured out a way to actually capture this thing live in a giant trap. It's basically a supersized reptile trap.
Freaking turtle anyways.
September 10th. The barge gonna reach all the way in there to pick this up, or?
No, we gotta carry it.
Door opens. This goes through this loop, or on that other loop that you put in, and then out to the other loop. We tie the chicken here. You put the bait in the back. Turtle walks in, smelling all the bait. We tie the bait with the rope, and boom. He pulls the rope.
When I first went over and saw him finishing the assembly on it, I was like in total shock, and I looked at him and I'm like, dude, 4 guys can't lift that thing. How in the world are we gonna do this?
Hey John, right, pull down on it so it doesn't slide. There. Cut it down, Dano.
Bret has a giant barge with a crane on it that we used last year to try to lure the thing into our vicinity. So he's like, Bret's gonna lift it with his barge and we're gonna take this thing out and we're gonna put it out and we're gonna try to capture it and then we're gonna try to put it someplace where nobody will ever find it.
When we started baiting this, it took me about a month and a half for finally to get some action because, you know, we didn't know how this thing, it eats. I know it's warming up. It hit one here, then it hit one there, and it kind of gave me an idea what lake it was on. And also the way it was moving, it was giving me a nice funnel projection exactly to where I knew the cutoff point was. You know, we knew it was going to take a while, but you just slowly work them into the area that you want.
What we'll do now is we're freshening up the bait. I saw him last night. He's right around this area, so all we gotta do is just get him up.
Finally that night, you know, we're sitting there and it's starting to get darker, and all of a sudden you can start seeing the weeds moving around. And finally this thing comes out, and it is huge. It's getting darker and darker and darker. I couldn't get a clean shot. And I always told myself, if you can't get a clean shot, you're not gonna pull the trigger.
So he's gonna be coming through here. I assume this is probably the last stop before he hits the lake. And this is probably the last opportunity we possibly get him.
We need to sight the scope in?
No, not the way how this thing was built.
Why did I switch from the 50 caliber to 375 H&H? That 50 caliber weighs 32 pounds. All of a sudden, these baits were a lot farther away than I anticipated, so it was going to be carrying through the woods a lot. That 375 weighs 13 pounds. It's deadly accurate up to a couple hundred yards, you know, which is an elephant gun, so they'll punch it through anyways.
How many yards is this from here?
132. So I see that stake down there. A tanninite is
2 feet directly behind that. We'll see that weeds move as it's coming in. Came in later last night because it's probably finding it, but now it seems comfortable with the food source. So
a little comfort level for it to hang out in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got definitely enough hiding ground out there to hide in.
you're gonna have to just, it's as big as I anticipate this thing being.
Yep. Just
Or
make sure.
actually, what I saw last night was freaking monstrous. So that 48 pounds is gonna lift him off the ground. Should have been there with that freaking tribal elder.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I heard he was pretty intense.
That was an interesting conversation.
So obviously he doesn't want you to do this.
Yeah. You know, they have a different look at things, you know, and I don't blame them.
Well, they're in a preserve nature and nurture type situation, you know,
Yeah.
because the earth takes care of itself.
Well, I mean, that is the truth. I mean, you look at this thing and you start talking a couple 100 years old. I mean, it is.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, there's a lot of animals that aren't around anymore that used to be around, you know.
Big old crocs.
Right.
Shit, a lot of stuff.
Big old crocs and things that your kids won't see.
No, that is true.
Do you have any second thoughts, or?
I don't know. And I keep thinking of my friend Barry, you know, my friend who got killed. Just keep thinking what he would think. Constantly run through your freaking head. You know, Barry was a freaking he was a hunter, one of the tops I've ever met. But he was a conservationist. And I keep thinking, because like Ashton even brought it up, what would Barry think? It's like, I don't know.
Sure. You got to think about that.
No, it's a tough position to put yourself in.
I feel like,
Holy
there it is.
Here, take the binos, take a good look. Keep an eye on him.
He's just moving along there slowly.
He's almost in position.
All right. Well, Troy, whatever you do, I'm behind you all the way. That thing is big.
Yeah, he's just right on the tendonite now.
We want to get this trap out as fast as we can because Troy is like a marksman.
Day 2 of trapping. The guys are gonna go out and check it.
Hey! I'm freaking out. Maria's freaking out.
Let's get in the truck and let's get going.